Yo, what's good YouTube? Welcome to this new video. Today we're gonna look at the differences between mixing and mastering. There are a lot of confusion between those two words, so let's define it and let's learn about the differences and what it is. Let's get straight into the tutorial. Let's talk about mixing first. So let's say we have a project and we have different tracks, for example the kick, the snare, a bass, a guitar and some vocals. At the mixing stage, you're gonna ensure that everything sounds good together, and you can add on those tracks different effects such as EQ. With an EQ you can control the low frequencies and the high frequencies. You're also gonna have a compressor to reduce the differences of volume between the loud and the quiet parts. You're gonna have some reverb to add depth to your track. And you can also have effects such as overdrive or distortion. When you're happy with the mix of your song, you can bounce your track and go on to the mastering stage. Here at the mastering stage, you only have one final stereo out track. So all the effects that you're gonna add are going to have an impact on your whole track. So basically, you're gonna have a tiny bit of EQ and some compression. And most importantly, at the mastering stage, you're gonna have a limiter that's going to set your output level. If you want to put it this way, it's going to boost the volume of your song, so it's going to sound as loud as a track from another artist. That's what you do at the mastering stage. Now I'm gonna give you a few examples of what you can do when you want to mix your vocals. Let's say we've already got a beat and now we're just gonna mix the vocals. So basically you want to record different vocal tracks and then you can add effects on every track. For example, you're gonna have your lead vocals like this one.
Je ressors de la cabine, j'ai du sang sur mes gants, ma toute première session, je me rappelle c'était quand dans la putain.
Here, for example, we have some overdrive, some EQ and compressor. Usually you want to record different takes, and you can also double your vocals to have some more punch, to have more depth. This could be double vocals or backing vocals if you want to.
Guess who's bad? Je la quand two step.
And usually for those vocals you can compress it more, and also you want to get rid of a lot of frequencies, so it's just a background vocal and it doesn't clash with the lead vocals. And of course you can be more creative with your backing vocals. For example, here I add a little alto boy. Now we're gonna listen to these three vocal tracks. As a reminder, we have the lead vocals, the double vocals and the slow voice.
Guess who's bad? Je la quand two step. Guess who's bad? Je la quand two step.
And finally, you can have some ad-libs vocals.
Cash. Loud.
So this was mixing vocals. I did a tutorial where I go more in depth into that, so you can check it out. Link in the description of this video. Let's continue with mastering. For the mastering, you only have effects on the final track, so on the beat and on the vocals. You can either master your track directly here on your stereo out. Usually for bigger projects, you want to send your mix track to a mastering engineer. And here, as we can see, we only have a stereo out track, so you cannot have effects on individual takes. For a good mix, you never want to hit 0 dB, that's very important. You always want to stay on the green.
Pour toi disparaître, il me suffit d'une étape. Tu disparais dans les vapes.
For this freestyle, I did the mastering with Ozone 9. It's very easy, a tiny bit of EQ and then a limiter, and that's it.
Je ressors de la cabine, j'ai du sang sur mes gants, ma toute première session, je me rappelle c'était quand dans la putain de classe, c'était au dernier rang, les craquettes de la paix, je les vois comme des rampants.
The limiter is very important at the mastering stage. It's gonna set your output level, and this way your track is going to be a bit louder.
Oh, habillé tout en noir, on est devant ta porte. Si j'apprends que tu parles aux cops, maintenant c'est sûr que tu fais partie de mes ops. La prod je la crache, je la boxe. Je suis un wolf et c'est des fox.
To summarize, no big differences between mixing a beat or mixing a full song with vocals. It's basically the same technique, a tiny bit of EQ and then a limiter. If you want to know more about mastering, you can check out my dedicated video, link in the description. But that's it for this video. I hope you liked it and that you've learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. I'll see you very soon for a new tutorial. Take care, bye bye.
Oh, habillé tout en noir, on est devant ta porte. Si j'apprends que tu parles au cops, maintenant c'est sûr tu fais partie de mes hops. La prod je la crache, je la boxe. J'suis un wolf et c'est des fox. Gros terre, j'mets des moonwalks. Oh, guess who's bad? J'la fuck en two step. Guess who's bad? J'la fuck en two step. Guess who's bad? J'la fuck en two step. Guess who's bad? J'la fuck en two step.